Basketball time again here at the beach. Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019 officially underway. Game one of day one is moments from tip as St. Raymond out of the Bronx taking on the host Cape Henlopen. The Vikings here out of Lewis, Delaware. They'll be in the white on the left of your screen and in the black jersey. It's one of my favorite color combinations of the teams that have been to Slam Dunk to the Beach a couple times over the last couple of years. That's St. Raymond. They got that black jersey with the blue trim and orange letters and numbers. St. Raymond's, those that remember from a couple years ago, famous for being the high school home of Isaiah Washington, the originator of the Jelly Fam movement. And those not familiar with that, that is a stylistic way of doing a layup. It's kind of like a finger roll layup. He was at Minnesota out of St. Raymond's, and he transferred recently to Iona to be a little closer to home. But he doing well in college basketball. Cape has hosted this tournament the entire time. So they are very well versed in how this all works. I want to thank everybody watching here on YouTube. Good morning, afternoon, I guess, at this point. Hit that chat there on the right side. Leave us your comments, your thoughts. Also, follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram. We'll have highlights, also Facebook for that matter, highlights, dunks, and kind of instant things coming from the tournaments. And all the games will be right here on YouTube. They'll be archived after the fact as well for those teams at home that like to use it to break down footage or just want to watch later. Let's say your son goes off for 40 in this one and you want to have it forever. Well, good news. We got you covered. A relatively normal temperature here in Lewis. It's about 50. Wonderful for those that are trying to make it down to the Rehoboth Boardwalk or even go touch the Atlantic Ocean. The tournament about 4 years ago had some 70-degree days. One night even where I got to sleep with the door of the hotel room open facing the Atlantic Ocean. It was wonderful. If you've never been here before, Rehoboth Beach, Lewis Beach, Bethany Beach, the beaches of Delaware are some of the nicest, frankly, on the East Coast. Not paid to say that, of course. I used to live here for many years, now live in Northeast Ohio, so I very much miss the beaches. So if you didn't travel with your team, I highly recommend you do it next year if your team is coming. Anyway, Nat Measley, they're the MC of the weekend, telling us it's basketball time. And it looks like it is, as Sanford's Reginald Hudson, that's going to be number 2, Luis Courtright, will jump against number 11 for Cape, and I don't have numbers on their roster, so this will be fun. Tip back as 11, Malachi Smith handles it for St. Raymond's. Gets it to Courtright here. Between the rings, left side, he'll hand off. This is to Smith. Kicks to the other corner. 3 on the way for Dillard. Off iron, won't go. Rebounded by the Vikings. And here comes Cape Henlopen. Behind the back dribble. It ended up being a pass into the lane. Up off the glass, no good. And boarded by Smith. This time up to, that's to Smith. Here's Courtright, left side 3, no good. Tipped around and stolen away. Easy layup there for Malachi Smith. Chuck pass up for Cape, and we can't start that way. Stolen away by St. Raymond's. Into the corner, driving. Here's Reginald Hudson, and he's blocked off. That's a foul. Today's game is brought to you by Pepsi here on YouTube. Thank you for their support here on day one. Inbound, this one is on the iron, and it is kind for Reggie Hudson, the senior. And a full court press here from the Ravens, and they are pestering the Vikings already here. More full court look here, inbounds. And this one turned away again. Courtright will get it away. Pass under, and Smith scores again. And a timeout for Cape Henlopen. They're having trouble getting things going, and we'll take the timeout with them. It's 6-0 St. Raymond's when we return here on Slam Dunk to the Beach.
It's 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have two choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left, and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. Choices matter. Buckle up. Arrive alive.
Get a taste of the beach at Grotto Pizza. Bring the whole family and experience our award-winning pizza and warm hospitality. Start off with spicy buffalo wings. Enjoy Delmarva's freshest salads. And of course, our legendary pizza.
Welcome back. Pass stolen away again. Here's Malachi Smith for St. Raymond's. Kicks up top, drive, kick to the corner. Courtright will get this one out to Reginald Hudson. 6-0 St. Raymond's. Off a screen, Courtright. Dillard, Smith. Best ball handler on the squad. Kicks it under and finds Hudson for the basket. Hudson has an early 4 of the 8 for St. Raymond's. And St. Raymond's is giving Cape Henlopen all they've asked for. Another turnover. Up to Smith. Smith, Courtright. And our first dunk, I guess, of the tournament. It's 10-0 St. Raymond. This is Burton. Jumper from Cape, no good. It is tracked down by Luciano Solomon. He needs some help, gets it over to the other side. Here's Chandler into a 3. Front iron, no, and boarded by Davis for St. Raymond, who throws it away. Russian. Left-handed dribble, cut off, loses it, out of bounds it goes. And St. Raymond gets it again. That is, trying to find the turnovers here on the stats. It's not a great number if you're Cape. That's turnover 4 for Cape Henlopen already with 5:32 to go in this first quarter. Courtright, high on the left side. Left-handed dribble, turns his back, kicks it up. This is to Dillard. Now to Smith. Here's Davis. Drive from Hudson. Left side, Courtright passes it up to Smith. He'll pull it back up top. Right at the mid-circle. Takes a screen left from Davis to the corner. Here's Dillard. Dillard picks up his dribble, needs help, gets it to Smith, goes the other way. Kicked up top, wide open 3 for Courtright is no good. Kicked out of there and right back to the Ravens into a jumper and good from Dillard. Dillard now makes it 4 out of the 5 starters have scored for the Ravens, and here's turnover number 5. Up to Courtright. Courtright hangs, floats, no good. Rebounded by the Vikings. This one's a little hectic to start. Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019. Miss from the Vikings. They have not gotten a good start. They're 0 for 3 from the field, and in an attempt to steal, they take it out of bounds. It is 12-0. The boys that slept in their own bed tonight having a rough start here.
Basically, number 1 doesn't say flying over your own basket. Right. What number is who?
Here's Malachi Smith, the junior. Off to Hudson. Courtright comes off a screen, catches the pass. It's a 1-3-1 from Cape, and the Ravens figured it out pretty quickly. All 5 starters now in the score column for St. Raymond, and another turnover. That's turnover 6 from Cape Henlopen. Malachi Smith stepped on the line. 14-0 is the start for the Ravens, who've come out really, really well. Solomon, or probably Luciano Solomon inbounds, now gets the pass. Gets this one off to Jackson. Here's Chandler. The offense for the Vikings is just not moving, and another turnover. That's 7 so far for Cape. Pass off to Hudson. And Reggie Hudson has 6. Make that 8 now for Cape Henlopen. I think we're going to bury that stat and not mention it again. But another timeout for Cape Henlopen. We'll take the timeout with them. It's 16-0 St. Raymond's here on Slam Dunk to the Beach.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday and school just ended. You have 2 choices. Option 1, put your phone down and hear about Chloe's drama later. Option 2, hear all about Chloe's day and how Brandon broke up with Kimberly during lunch again. And while you're soaking up all the drama, you're missing the road. You don't see Brandon walking on the sidewalk next to you, and you definitely don't see him about to cross the crosswalk. And while he's texting on his phone and...
Don't drama and drive. Stay alert, arrive alive.
16-0 to start here for St. Raymond's against host Cape Henlopen. Court right into a jumper and off front iron, no good. Tipped around, rebounded Davis, but he's blocked and taken away by Cape Henlopen. Here they come into the corner. Here's Jackson, picks up his dribble, gets it off to Burton. Burton drives, is fouled, and we'll have our first foul. And he'll be on the floor. A chance to inbound right to the basket here. Burton looks and gets it in. This is for Jackson to the corner. A 3 on the way, ironed out. Burton can't get it to go. Cape now 0 for 4 from the field, and another foul. Malachi Smith to the basket as he was on the way, he was fouled. Keon Jackson picks up his first foul for Cape. 2:46 to go here in this first quarter. Luis Courtright, the senior, inbounds it to Malachi Smith, the junior. And here's Reginald Hudson. Now to the corner for Smith into a 3. No good, offside, and rebounded by Courtright. Can't get it to go. Plucked out of there by Dillard, and we'll have our first free throws of Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019. Shakai Chandler, the senior, picks up his first foul. 2 at the line here for Dillard, and front iron, side iron, no good. Dallas Dillard, the junior, at the line for another. It's 16-0 St. Raymond over host Cape. Into the second one and good. 17-0. Cape broke the press, and they're on the board. Burton. Javon Burton with the first basket for the Vikings, and here's a foul as Luciano Solomon with a little bit too much body. Inbound coming left of the basket here for St. Raymond's out of the Bronx, New York. Part of the resurgence of point guard basketball in New York City, with Isaiah Washington kind of bringing a little bit of flair to the position there in the Bronx. Here's Malachi Smith, trying to live in that same world that Isaiah did. Malachi kicks it back out. Here's Reggie Hudson back to Malachi, left side for Dillard. Left of the blocks there for Hudson. Spun the other way. Malachi Smith, 1-on-3. Dribbles out of trouble. The zone there for Cape is starting to take shape. It's more of a 1-2-2, a little bit of a 1-3-1. It kind of floats. Here's a corner 3. It's good. Reggie Hudson and one. 20-2 with a free throw to come. Hudson's got 6, going for 7. He has the game high right now. Ray Pimentel will come in. Sophomore guard for the Ravens.
Well, since they're the home team, you're supposed to know who they are.
The stat right here, 9 of 14 from the field for the Ravens. That's 64%. 1 for 4 are the Vikings. Not only is that 25%, they've only gotten up 4 shots. The offense has not fallen into shape yet for the Vikings. And this one's kicked out of play and is wet, and it looks like Reggie Hudson is over there taking care of it. Checking in for Cape is number 24. I don't have a name quite yet. We'll see here in a second. Cape did not provide a roster with numbers, so we'll work through that as we go. The ball is getting some tender loving care right now as it got wet during that ball out of play. And now being brought back into the fray. It'll be inbounded by Burton for Vikings. And that 24 is Dylan Fannin. He's a junior. Post player for Cape. Fannin looking for a chance to set a screen. He's trying. There it is. He'll get the screen off. As to the basket goes Russian. So now Burton with 2, Russian with 2, and Cape has 4. Here's Malachi Smith. A little miscommunication there with Jeremy Lakeo, who just checked in. Full court still again here from the Ravens as they're either working on something or want to prove something here right off the bat. Mallett has checked into the game for Cape. That's Colin Mallett, a senior. Pass is deflected as Cape trying to find something in the paint. Court right to Smith, and he's blocked. Mallett got him at the rim. Here comes Jackson, kick to the corner. On the way from Burton. And he's got 5 now. It's 21-7. Cape showing some life, and it looks like Lakeo is trying to loop, swoop, and pull. They're back on the other side of the court. Now he'll get onto the offensive side. Hudson inbounds to Smith, and we're back underway. 24 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Hudson, Lakeo. Here's Smith. Mental to the corners. Court right. Court right into a 3. Rims out. And the time will run out on this first quarter. And 21-7, heading to break here at Slam Dunk to the Beach.
It's 7 a.m. Monday morning. You have 2 choices. Option 1, wake up now and get to school on time. Or option 2, hit the snooze button for the 10th time and get back to that dream you were having about your dog drinking tea with your grandmother. Just as your grandma starts to bark, you'll wake up for real this time in a panic. You have 10 minutes. You run out the door and start driving. You're speeding around traffic and cutting across side streets and...
Being late is one thing. Risking a life is another. Drive slow, arrive alive.
McGee Motors is proud to sponsor Slam Dunk to the Beach, showcasing some of the area's best young athletes. McGee recognizes top performance on the road and off-road with their all-star lineup of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. From America's favorite minivans to the world's favorite 4-wheel drive. Stop in McGee Motors for their 23-point express lane oil change for just $35 and see the award-winning lineup.
McGee Motors in Georgetown, a family tradition since 1948.
Back for the second quarter here. Game one of day one of Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019. St. Raymond, the Ravens from the Bronx, out to an early start. 10 points rather, for Reginald Hudson. He leads all scorers, actually has more points than Cape does currently, as the Ravens have been playing really good defense, caused 9 turnovers so far in the first quarter. And that is not exactly what head coach Shamik Thompson was hoping for. Is to the basket. Fannin will get a bucket. Dylan Fannin scores. It's 21-9. Here's Hudson. Mental. Kicks it inside to Davis. What a good pocket pass from Ray Pimentel as he got it in there to Kadir Davis. Stolen away, that's turnover 10. As Francic Pulmage will get the basket. A floater there from Burton the other way for Cape Henlopen, didn't go. Here is Hudson. Pimentel, 3, short, off the front iron, rebounded. Up court, but it's deflected. Turnover 11. Cape's got to slow it down. Burton to the basket. Scoops won't go. And the rebound pulled down there by Russian as he picks up his dribble, needs help, gets it up to Mallet. Mallet dribbles, takes on a triple team, forces up a 2, and it won't go. All the way coast to coast is Francis Plumlage. 27-9, the lead for St. Raymond. Plumage with the foul. 6:26 to go here in this first half. All St. Raymond on every facet of the score sheet. Here's Russian to Burton. Gets a screen from Russian. Or pardon me, that's Civils now is in. Pass to Mallet, down low to Fannin. Dylan Fannin plugged into lineup, quick 4 points. And now it's 27-11, the lead for St. Raymond. Maj gets it off. This is Hudson. Big crossover to the basket, unscathed. And Hudson has 12 to lead all scorers. And if he were on his own team, he would also be beating Cape at this point. Say 3 on the way for Burton, who has 8 now. 8 of the 14 for the Vikings. Hudson wants to go the other way, and a foul or maybe a jump ball could have been called. They went with foul.
That's the referee's hand. It's like this, it's a foul.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So a foul for Russian. The senior. And now this will be triggered left to the basket by Malachi Smith. To the corner. Pimentel, 3. Good. Civils. Mallet. 3 the other way. Exchanging long balls there as it's 32-17 now for St. Raymond. 5 minutes on the dot to go here. Game 1, day 1. Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Again, in the chat, who you cheering for? We saw Angel Addo chiming in with, she's cheering for Cape. Angel, why aren't you here? Malachi Smith with a floater, good. Smith has 6. Make it still 6. An offensive foul to go with it. He got a turnover there during the inbound try and called with the charge. Burton and Russian trying to beat the full court press. They get it up to Civils. Floater, offensive foul. Civils gets hit with his first foul. Mallet will check out, and in comes Kayvon Jackson. St. Ray's doubling up. Cape here, 34-17 with 4:25 to go in game one, in half one. Pimentel with a miss. Rebounded by St. Ray's 4 times. A tip, now a 5th time. Up with it, now a 6th time. And it's tipped home by, I guess, everyone for St. Raymond's. Had a part in that. They give it to Dallas Dillard, and Dillard almost got a steal. Really wish we'd turned the bell off. School is not in session, so we can go ahead and turn that off. .353 to go in the first half. Civils trying to use the screen from Fan and can't get it, but instead off to Russian. Now Jackson. We're going to Vince Courtright. Jackson drives up and fouled, I guess, but no call. Fanning gets the board, can't get it to go, and Davis with the rebound chucks it up court, knocked out of play by Russian. .329 now here to go in this first half. Oh, there's all the chat. Hello, everyone. Demario Gooch, Christian Manu, Spicy YO2. Thank you, everybody. Sean Ither, Tommy Jackson. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Share this link with your friends. A little skip pass there. Jackson kicks to the corner. Mallet. Good skip passing from from Cape, but they're settling for long threes and an over-the-back call here on St. Raymond. We'll have all 18 games for you right here on YouTube. Those trying to watch the games continuously, the link will be different, so you'll have to go back to the channel's main page to watch the next game. So you'll kind of have to, like, quote unquote, change the channel, if that makes any sense. Or maybe YouTube will be smart enough to do it for you. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll learn together. As here's a timeout for St. Raymond. 2:39 to go here in this first half. We'll take the break with them. 38-19, the lead for St. Raymond's here. Slam Dunk to the Beach, 2019.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out.
It's 10 a.m. Sunday morning. You have 2 choices. Option 1, focus on driving. Option 2, turn to look at the cutest dog you've ever seen, and oh my gosh, the dog is wearing doggy goggles. I repeat, the dog is wearing doggy goggles. But while you're busy trying to get a picture with your phone, your eyes are on Fido instead of the road. You didn't see the light turn yellow, and you definitely didn't see it turn red.
Keep your eyes on the road, not on your phone. Stay alert, arrive alive.
Under 2:30 to go here is Malachi Smith into a 3. No good. Rebounded by Civils. Push pass to Jackson. Floats and scores. Kayvon Jackson with the basket. Here's Smith the other way. Bullies down the lane. And Malachi Smith has 8 now for St. Ray's, and another turnover. I know we didn't want to update that, but that's the 13th for Cape. In the lane, float, everyone's on the ground, but Cole gets the basket. Not the start Cape wanted to have here, as they're down 21 to St. Raymond's. If you're watching at the hotel or out and about town right now and your team plays tomorrow or later tonight, remember, Delaware's tax-free. Take advantage of that. Bought some shoes yesterday. Tax-free. Floater in the lane. Won't go. Burton with his own board and scores. Minute 39 to go here in this first half. And second period has begun because Courtright is in session. There we go. Luis Courtright with the dunk. Offensive foul there on Cape Henlopen as they turn it right back over. Civils with the foul. His second offensive foul. 44-23, minute 17 to go. Goodness gracious, that dunk. During the class bell and everything, it was perfect. Minute to go here in this first half. Here's Courtright. Again! If the other one was a 10, that was a 4. But it still counts as Courtright has his team up 23 and has himself 8 points. Here's Malachi Smith. Hudson, Courtright again. He didn't want a part of it, but Smith finishes at the rim. And another turnover, over and back though. Or they pointed in the direction of St. Ray's, which isn't right. If it's over and back on St. Ray's, it should be Cape's ball. Another thing you may have noticed, and I actually just forgot about it until just now because it really hasn't come up. There is no shot clock in Delaware High School basketball, so that carries over here to Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019 and all tournaments Slam Dunk to the Beach so far. You'll notice there is a shot clock above the basket, but there is no shot clock in Delaware High School basketball currently, so no shot clock at Slam Dunk to the Beach. This one's tipped, stolen. Dillard, Smith, baskets, as Smith now in double figures. This one off St. Ray's, and we'll stay with Cape. 50-23, the lead for St. Raymond's with 16.3 seconds to go in a first half that they would like to bury. Malachi Smith will dribble it up, 10 seconds to go. Courtright travels, I guess. So a travel on Courtright. And 8.1 seconds to go here in this first. To the basket, hangs, and it won't go. 3 seconds, some free throws here for Russian. Trying to cut the lead in, or rather it be a double up now, and it won't go. It's 50-24. 3 on the way. Malachi Smith will not go. We'll head to break. Second half. When we come back, here is Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
It's 7 a.m. Monday morning. You have two choices. Option 1, wake up now and get to school on time. Or option 2, hit the snooze button for the 10th time and get back to that dream you were having about your dog drinking tea with your grandmother. Just as your grandma starts to bark, you'll wake up for real this time in a panic. You have 10 minutes. You run out the door and start driving. You're speeding around traffic and cutting across side streets and...
Being late is one thing. Risking a life is another. Drive slow, arrive alive.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Welcome to the 2019 Slam Dunk to the Beach Preview Special. Let's meet the 19 teams in this year's field. First up, Albany Academy from Albany, New York. UConn's newest commit, Andre Jackson, returns to Slam Dunk to the Beach after last year's high-flying debut. The 50th-ranked senior will lead his cadets twice against teams from Maryland, first on the 27th against Eleanor Roosevelt, and again on the 28th against Lake Clifton. Archbishop Stepanak from White Plains, New York. Combo guard RJ Davis will be rocking the Tar Heel blue next season. The 40th ranked senior is joined by the 10th best junior, AJ Griffin, who just committed to Duke. Those two will be well worth the price of admission when they take the court on the morning session on day 3 against Paul VI from Virginia. Cape Henlopen from Lewis, Delaware. One of Delaware's most veteran teams has 8 seniors returning to a team that went 10-12 last season, but under a new head coach, Shamik Thompson. The hosts will play the first game of Slam Dunk against St. Raymond out of the Bronx, and then kick off the final session against Dover. Dover from Dover, Delaware. The Senators lost by just 3 to state champ Sanford in the 2019 DIAA Championship after a 26-1 season. They'll play twice, first on December 28th against Eleanor Roosevelt out of Maryland, and then day 3 against host Cape Henlopen. Eleanor Roosevelt from Greenbelt, Maryland. The top team in Maryland's Class 4A rankings returns to Slam Dunk to the Beach after going 22-2 last season. Thomas Whitley was waiting in the wings for E-Roos after they lost a lot of talent due to graduation. The Raiders will round out day 1 against Andre Jackson in Albany Academy, and then play the 3 o'clock game on day 2 against Dover. First Love Christian Academy from Washington, PA. Senior guards Isaiah Wilson, PA's second best player, who committed to Richmond, and DJ Gordon, PA's fourth best player, who is headed to Happy Valley, lead the Knights to the beach for the first time. After a 15-10 year last season, head coach Kyrie Wilson will have some staunch competition lined up for the Knights when they play day 1 against Hudson Catholic out of New Jersey, and then when they play on day 3 against Roselle Catholic, also out of New Jersey. Gill St. Bernard School from Gladstone, New Jersey. The Knights finished just behind slam dunk peers Roselle Catholic and Immaculate Conception in the New Jersey Division non-public North B rankings at 22-5, while winning their 5th straight Somerset County Tournament Championship. The highly decorated GSB squad will play on December 27th against National Christian Academy from DC, and then on day 3 against St. Raymond's out of the Boogie Down Bronx. Hudson Catholic from Jersey City, New Jersey. Sophomore guard Zion Cruz leads the Hawks this season. The consensus 5-star shooting guard returns to Slam Dunk to the Beach after they won both games in 2018. Zion currently has offers from Syracuse, UCLA, and St. John's, and is rated as the #1 player in New Jersey for the class of 2022. The Hawks will play against First Love Christian Academy on Friday afternoon, and then Westtown School on Saturday's evening session. Immaculate Conception from Montclair, New Jersey. The second best team in the New Jersey Division non-public North B rankings is back in Lewis. The Lions went 18-7 last season for head coach Jimmy Salmon, and will play twice at Slam Dunk, kicking off day 2 against Rock Creek Christian, and then at noon on the 29th against Legacy Charter. Lake Clifton from Baltimore, Maryland. Maryland's top Class 1A team in 2019 will be in Lewis, as the Lakers from Lake Clifton bring their 24-4 record and one of the best coaches in Baltimore, Kerman Herod, to the beach. The Lakers will play on December 27th against Delaware's best, Sanford School, and then on the 28th against Albany Academy. Legacy Early College from Greenville, South Carolina. Another group of Lions, but this pride has the furthest to travel out of all the teams. Coming all the way from Greenville, South Carolina, BJ Jackson's Legacy squad won the 2019 USA National Prep Championship game. LEC will play on day 2 against Our Savior Lutheran from New York, and on the 29th against Immaculate Conception from New Jersey. National Christian Academy from Fort Washington, Maryland. Ja'Kai Robinson, the 19th best small forward in the junior class, leads his Eagles to Delaware. Trevor Brown's NCAA team will play against Gill St. Bernard from New Jersey in the 5 p.m. game on day 1, and the last game of the tournament against Westtown. Our Savior Lutheran School from the Bronx, New York. Maxim Modison, the newest Pitt commit, leads the Falcons to the beach. The 6'10 senior center is joined by St. John's commits Posh Alexander and Dylan Wusu. Our Savior Lutheran will take on Rock Creek Christian from Maryland on day 1, and then Legacy Charter from South Carolina on day 2. Paul VI from Fairfax, Virginia. The Paul VI Panthers return to Slam Dunk to the Beach, bringing with them 2 highly talented guards, Jeremy Roach and Trevor Keels. Roach, the number 20 ranked player in the senior class, is committed to play with Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils. His teammate Trevor Keels, a 6'5 shooting guard and 36th ranked player in the class of 2021, has offers from defending champ Virginia, as well as Florida, Oklahoma State, and Virginia Tech. The Panthers' lone matchup will be one of the most marquee games as they take on Archbishop Stepnac on Sunday afternoon. Roselle Catholic from Roselle, New Jersey. Roselle Catholic returns to Slam Dunk to the Beach after winning both their games last season. The Lions bring 2 of the best players in the class of 2020, Cliff Amorio and CJ Wilcher. Amorio leads the Lions with his 6'11" frame, currently ranked as the 47th best player in the country with offers from Auburn, Kentucky, and UConn. The Lions' other top player, Wilcher, has committed to Xavier and is currently the 5th best player in New Jersey. The Lions open up Saturday against Sanford and will finish up the tournament Sunday night against First Love Christian Academy. Rock Creek Christian from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. After capturing the Capital Beltway League Championship over Slam Dunk peer National Christian last season, the Eagles are full of D1 level players again. They'll start their time in Lewis against Our Savior Lutheran on the 27th and kick off day 2 against Immaculate Conception. Sanford School from Hockessin, Delaware. Delaware's best squad comes down south after winning the DIAA state championship over Dover last season. Sanford will play twice, first against Lake Clifton from Maryland on day 1, and then they'll end day 2 with a big test against Roselle Catholic from New Jersey. St. Raymond's from the Bronx, New York. The Ravens introduced Lewis to Jelly Fam years ago when current Iona Gale Isaiah Washington impressed the crowd. New York's 12th best team will once again look to put on a show when they kick off Slam Dunk against host Cape Henlopen, and then when they play Gill St. Bernard on the final day. And finally, always a crowd favorite, Westtown School from Westchester, Pennsylvania. The Westtown School has been a consistent, major player at Slam Dunk to the Beach, and this year no different. Junior center Frank Kepnang is the number 1 junior in the state of Pennsylvania, and he boasts offers from UConn, Pitt, and Syracuse. After winning both games last season, Coach Berger's team will take on Hudson Catholic on Saturday evening, and then they'll round out the whole tournament when they play National Christian Academy on Sunday evening. There's the teams. Now let's see when they play. Here's a look at the full 3-day schedule. finally, here are the top players to watch in Lewis, Delaware, December 27th, 28th, and 29th. Class of 2020 16th best small forward, UConn commit Andre Jackson from Albany Academy. From Archbishop Stepanak, UNC commit RJ Davis, the class of 2020's 40th best player. Stepanak teammate and Duke commit, the number 10 player in the junior class, AJ Griffin. The number 3 point guard in the senior class, Duke commit Jeremy Roach from Paul VI. Frank Kepnang, the 3rd best center in the junior class from Westtown. And Cliff Amorio, the 8th best center in the class of 2020 from Roselle Catholic. Tickets are now available for sessions, days, and the full weekend. Visit slamdunktothebeach.com to learn more and secure your seat today. New for 2019, group tickets are now available by calling 302-672-6832.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
Three on the way in the corner. Courtright gets us underway here. In half number 2, it's 53 to 24. Civils into a jumper off the back. And it won't go tipped around. Here's Courtright again. Louise Courtright. Under to Hudson. Smith in the corner is good. Smith has 13. The lead's 56 to 24. Up and under. Burton can't get it to go. Puts up another shot. Cape shooting 50%, although it doesn't seem like it. Here's an and one from Hudson. Hudson now has a game high 14, looking for 15. 6:40 to go here in the first game, as that one's on the way. He's got 15. (59-26). Sorry, we're doing some adjustments to the score there at the bottom, so we're updating it now. Apologize for that. 6:14 to go. In the third quarter, here's Luciano Solomon. Passes that one off to Chandler. Free throw line floater. Front iron, no. Boarded by Malachi Smith. To Hudson. Skip Dillard. Corner. Courtright. Will he do it again? Nope, it's just a layup. And Courtright has 13. 3 players in double figures for the Ravens. Here's Russian. Extended elbow jumper. Good. 61-28 now the lead for St. Raymond's with 5:30 to go. Malachi Smith will dribble up across the timeline to Courtright on the left side. Gets a screen from Dillard. Top of the key to Davis. Now to Smith, who gets that screen from Davis. Dillard into a 3 from the left side. Good. St. Ray's shooting 5 of 12 from 3. Luciano Solomon travel. Next game up, First Love Christian Academy out of PA will take on Hudson Catholic. And the sophomore phenom, Zion Cruz, who people have referred to as a baby Russell Westbrook. Zion caught an alley-oop from half court and behind the back dunked it as a freshman here last year in the final game of the tournament. So we'll see what he has in store for us next game as Hudson Catholic will begin their tournament. Off of Russian and taken away by St. Raymond's, then taken away right back. Jackson to Russian, blocked. And here is Hudson to court right. Takes the contact. Ja'Kai Chandler picks up his third foul. 4:24 to go here in this third quarter. 66-28 is the lead for St. Ray's. Inbounded to court right. Into the lane, up and under. The adjustment works. And court right has 15 on 7 of 11 shooting to tie for the score lead with Malachi Smith. That one's stolen away by court right. Will we see something? A foul. We'll see that. He'll shoot 2 now. Friend of the digital team, Jeff Rafferty, assistant coach for the New Jersey Institute of Technology, is in the building. And we'll take the timeout with Cape. It's a full 68-28, the lead here at Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019.
It's 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. You have 2 choices. Option 1, take 2 nanoseconds to reach over and put on your seatbelt. Or option 2, decide it's too much work for a Saturday and don't put on your seatbelt. As the seatbelt alarm continues to sing the song of its people, you roll your eyes. You're just going down the block, you'll be fine. You take a turn to the left, and that's when you see it.
Just wear your seatbelt. It's an easy way to save your own life. Choices matter. Buckle up. Arrive alive.
Get a taste of the beach at Grotto.
Welcome back here, Slam Dunk to the Beach, 68-28. 4:57 to go here in this third quarter. This one's been all St. Ray's, all game. There we go. St. Ray's started this game off leading 17-0. They've forced 22 Cape Henlopen turnovers. Free throws coming here for Luis Courtwright. Any made of these 2 will give him the score lead on the way. And no good. It's 2 shots, gentlemen.
Nice rebound, though, kid.
But a good board there from number 23, Francis Pumage. And someone help me in the chat if I'm destroying that. On the way, and Courtwright missed them both. He and Malachi Smith lead the way with 15 apiece. As St. Ray's is up by 40 with 3:55 to go here in the third. And we're going to have a push on 23. We'll hear the name pronounced again. Francis Pumage. That works, right? Thank you to everybody in the chat for watching in. All 48 of you right now as Luis Courtwright. Up to Dillard, and we had an alley-oop chance. And it went away. Here's Malachi Smith, 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. Dillard plucks it from the sky. Goes up and scores. Dallas Dillard now in double figures. 4 of the 5 starters for St. Ray's in double figures now. Here is Civils, short, court right. Man, this St. Ray's team wants to run. Malachi Smith spins and scores. 17 for Malachi. He's now solely in the lead scoring. And we got a push there on Plumage. Again, coming up at 1:30, roughly, plus or minus, it'll be First Love Christian Academy in Hudson Catholic. First game in the second tournament go-around for Zion Cruz. At one point last year, rated the #1 freshman in the country, now a top 25 sophomore. And the leading scorer for his team, here's Luis Courtright. Court right now with 17 after that flush. Jump around the way from Loveland is no good. Here comes St. Ray's again. They have all of the energy. Smith to Plumage to Hudson. 2:35 to go here in this third quarter. It's 74-28 St. Ray's. Courtright. Good. A 20-point game for Courtright here. As stepping out of bounds, Cape is in all sorts of disarray. Turnover 26 for Cape. Pimentel will check in for St. Ray's, as well as 22, Elijah Castillo, the sophomore. So 2 sophomores newly plugged in. I guess when you're up by nearly 50, you do that kind of thing. Here's Hudson. Dillard, 3. No good. And rebounded by Mallet and taken right away. Hudson pushed. Little jelly fam for you during the foul there. Again, those that don't remember, I know all the St. Ray's fans will remember. First time I saw Jelly Fam was here at Slam Dunk to the Beach when Isaiah Washington and Sid Wilson came to town. Is Wilson still at Connecticut? You don't know? I thought you were a UConn fan. Thanks. Dallas Dillard scored 79-28 now. Anyway, Isaiah Washington was a big deal, and rightfully so, as here's Castillo. Gets his feet under him and scores. Washington went on. He was recruited by Minnesota, signed there, and ended up recently transferring to Iona to be closer to home. But a dynamic talent who maybe just didn't get the playing time he wanted at Minnesota. And now Iona, a very good basketball school, will give him a good opportunity. And here's offensive foul on Mallet. Offensive fouls are turnovers, right? So that's 28 for Cape Henlopen. Now Cape wants to press. A chance for their younger guys to get some press experience as they immediately pack off. Castillo gets a screen from Cole. Now to Dillard, off to Pimentel. Cole. Under a minute here to go in the third. That one's up and good. 83-28. This is, unfortunately, Cape fans, I've been here for every tournament since its re-inception. This is the most one-sided a third quarter has been. As that one blocked by Mallet. Great block. That's his second of the game. Here's Jackson. Civils. And off to Jackson. Gets a screen from Fannin. Crossover dribble. Gets another one. Passes down to Fannin. Kicks it back out. Laughlin to Mallet. Loses dribble. Keeps it going. And it's stolen away. Cole, or pardon me, that's Castillo to Dillard. And the third quarter is luckily over for Cape as, goodness gracious, St. Raymond's up 85-28 Here after 3, it's Slam Dunk to the Beach 2019.
It's 7 a.m. Monday morning. You have two choices. Option 1, wake up now and get to school on time. Or option 2, hit the snooze button for the 10th time and get back to that dream you were having about your dog drinking tea with your grandmother. Just as your grandma starts to bark, you'll wake up for real this time in a panic. You have 10 minutes. You run out the door and start driving. You're speeding around traffic and cutting across side streets and...
Being late is one thing. Risking a life is another. Drive slow, arrive alive.
McGee Motors is proud to sponsor Slam Dunk to the Beach, showcasing some of the area's best young athletes. McGee recognizes top performance on the road and off-road with their all-star lineup of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. From America's favorite minivans to the world's favorite four-wheel drive. Stop in McGee Motors for their 23-point express lane oil change for just $35 and see the award-winning lineup.
McGee Motors in Georgetown, a family tradition since 1948.
Back for the fourth quarter. 85-28. New 8 minutes up on the clock. As we should see the continuation of the fresh face crew from each squad. St. Ray's brought 10. All 10 have played. Now they're in a 2-3. Here is Burton. 3, no good. Pimentel. This is Plumage to Maceo. And down to Castillo, who, did that go in? That scored. Castillo with the baskets. He has 4. 87-28. Nearly a 60-point advantage for St. Raymond's. There's Luciano Solomon with a miss. Pimentel to Castillo. He's fouled. And the clock continues to run. This game is well in hand. So the clock will continue to run. I just tried to touch screen my laptop.
They're always, they're always the top.
Doesn't work like that. There we go.
Football, basketball, baseball.
Inbound will come right to the baskets once they get this all sorted out.
Who's God gonna root for in this tournament? Pitch it!
Boy, I wish that would have gone in. That one a miss from Burton the other way. Plumage scores. Plumage scores again. I actually don't remember a 100-point game either, and I'll let you guys watch this while I figure out the last time we've had a 100-point game.
Carl the Sixth only played one game on Sunday. Where are they from? He kicked it, Virginia. Stop. You don't listen to me. 3 times I said stop. Oh, you see what they're doing? They got a running clock. That's backcourt. Mercy rule or whatever. Yeah. Actually, I said they have, unless he clears the bench, they could be good for 100. But I didn't realize they were going to run the clock.
All right, so did a little research. This is the most points a team has scored in a single game since Slam Dunk has been back in 2015. The second highest was actually Cape Henlopen, who scored 89 in the final game of last year's tournament against Hudson Catholic. There you go. So a new record for the new Slam Dunk to the Beach and most points by a team in a game at 91. Cape won last year's game 89-50. In the final game of last year's tournament, which we also saw the most points by a player in a game, 40, by Jonathan Kaminga, the #1 junior in the country now for the Patrick School. And the most points for a whole tournament, Jonathan Kaminga, who scored 76 in just 2 games last year for our Savior New American. So St. Raymond's with the new record of points in a game as a team. And it was not an individual effort. Everyone and their brother scored for St. Raymond's. 20 from Courtright, 14 from both Hudson and Dillard, 17 from Malachi Smith to go along with 4 assists for him, and then 12 from Plumage. The fans in the chat clamoring for the return of Drew. I'm assuming they're speaking about Drew Zimmerman from Cape, as that one blocked away. Ball kicked and a foul.
I'm just going to ask you where Joe went. I see where he went.
2:25, 2:23 now as the clock continues to run. A 60-point advantage. Party a 61-point advantage for St. Raymond's. Front iron, tipped around, rebounded by Luciano Solomon, who scores. Stolen right away. Here's Russian, up and under, can't go, and scores.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
At the end of the day, this is not the type of team that Cape Henlopen or Dover or Sanford will be playing every week when they get to the DIAA part of their schedule, but this time is valuable for them to get some work in. And we'll take the timeout with them. 1:41 to go. It's a full. See you in 60 seconds.
Everybody clap your hands. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it out. Oh, yeah. Cha-cha, real smooth.
It's 10 a.m. Sunday morning. You have 2 choices. Option 1, focus on driving. Option 2, turn to look at the cutest dog you've ever seen, and oh my gosh, the dog is wearing doggy goggles. I repeat, the dog is wearing doggy goggles. But while you're busy trying to get a picture with your phone, your eyes are on Fido instead of the road. You didn't see the light turn yellow, and you definitely didn't see it turn red.
Keep your eyes on the road, not on your phone. Stay alert, arrive alive.
$1:41 to go here in the game that featured the most points scored by a team in a game. St. Raymond's now with a record here at Slam Dunk to the Beach. As a team, St. Raymond's shot 72%, 42 of 58. If you're not familiar, that's absurd. 3 on the way is no good there from Zimmerman, who's back in, everybody. Let's see it in the chat. Drew Zimmerman back in the game. Under a minute now as the clock continues to tick down. Castillo will hold it. No shot clock, so really St. Raymond's is going to take a knee here. Unless they turn it over with 35 seconds to go. So not only did St. Raymond's shoot 72% from the field, they also forced 31 turnovers from Cape. That's almost as many points as Cape had today. So a little bit of both. A little bit of Cape, a little bit of St. Raymond's, and a lot of points as we're under 10 seconds now to go as the triangle offense in full display there. And that's it. Game 1 of day 1 in the books, and St. Raymond's puts on a clinic. Next game, you'll have to back out to see it. Unfortunately, it doesn't just continue on this channel, so you have to go back to our channel and click on our next game, which is First Love Christian Academy and Hudson Catholic, starting in about 15-20 minutes. We'll see you then here at Slam Dunk to the Beach.